The future of the New York Yankees shortstop position has become a hot topic lately, especially with fans growing increasingly frustrated with Anthony Volpe's performance this season. It's no secret that Vulpi hasn't had the easiest time adjusting to the big leagues, and his struggles have sparked a lot of debate among the fan base. Some are already calling for him to be moved aside to make way for George Lombard Jr., the team's top prospect, who has been turning heads in the minors with his solid hitting, excellent defense, and impressive base running skills. Brian Cashman, the Yankees general manager, recently spoke out about Vulpi's situation, addressing the growing concerns around the young shortstop's place on the team. Cashman reminded everyone of Vulpi's accomplishments just last October, when he showcased his skills on baseball's biggest stage and helped the Yankees in crucial moments. Despite the ups and downs of his current season, Cashman emphasized that there's still a lot of baseball left to be played and that he's not ready to give up on Vulpi just yet. He clearly stated that Vulpi remains the team's shortstop and will be part of their plans moving forward. This is certainly reassuring for some, but a lot of fans are skeptical. Vulpi's numbers this season have been far from stellar. His batting average sits at just over 200, with only 10 home runs and 71 hits in more than 300 at-bats. His on-base plus slugging stats are below average, and even his base stealing, which once was a strength, has lost some of its edge. Defensively, he's also taken a noticeable step back compared to his rookie and sophomore years when he earned recognition for his glove work, even being a finalist for a Gold Glove award. This year, though, the defensive struggles have been glaring, raising doubts about whether he's the right fit at shortstop anymore. The issues on defense have even drawn reactions from the team's manager, Aaron Boone, who rarely criticizes players publicly. Boone seemed visibly frustrated after a recent play where Vulpi failed to field a sharply hit ground ball, which ended up bouncing away and into left field. When asked about the play, Boone admitted it would have been an exceptional effort for Vulpi to make the stop, but his body language suggested he's not entirely happy with how things are unfolding. What makes this situation more complicated is the contrast between Vulpi and the promising George Lombard Jr. Lombard has been lighting up the minors with his consistent hitting and athleticism, though he's still very much adjusting after moving up a level. His batting average in the minors is respectable, and his on-base and slugging percentages show that he could potentially contribute at the major league level in the near future. Fans can't help but wonder if it's time to fast-track Lombard and let him take over at shortstop, especially given Vulpi's struggles. Yet Cashman has made it clear the Yankees aren't planning to trade Vulpi this season. The team has bigger priorities at the moment, like improving their pitching and addressing other needs such as the third base position. The Yankees are focused on winning a World Series, and for now, they seem willing to give Vulpi more time to work through his difficulties. This means the young shortstop will likely remain in the lineup, potentially batting in the 9th spot, while the organization figures out the best way to handle the situation moving forward. Looking deeper into Vulpi's offensive approach, it's evident that he's been trying to find the right formula for success but hasn't quite settled on one. In his rookie year, Vulpi showed off his power potential, hitting 20 home runs, which made him a top prospect and raised expectations. However, he wasn't fully satisfied with his lack of consistent contact, so he adjusted his approach in his second year to focus more on making contact and hitting singles. That change unfortunately diminished his power, and now in his third season, he's trying to combine the two approaches but hasn't found the sweet spot yet. His swing mechanics have fluctuated throughout the season, switching between open and closed stances and varying swing planes, which has contributed to his inconsistent performance. This lack of a stable hitting approach is troubling because it shows Vulpi is still searching for what works in the major leagues. The pressure to perform, combined with these adjustments, has likely affected his confidence and overall production. Historically, players with similar early career struggles have had mixed outcomes. While some manage to turn things around and blossom into consistent stars, others never quite reach their projected potential. Statistical analysis also paints a challenging picture. When comparing Vulpi to other players who had over 1,500 major league appearances before turning 25 but never managed an on-base plus slugging over 100, only a small handful ended their careers with a solid OPS plus. Even fewer of those players began their careers in the modern era, and almost none remain active today. This historical context suggests that Vulpi's path to becoming an elite player is anything but guaranteed. The Yankees are left with a difficult decision. On one hand, they want to remain patient with a young player who has shown flashes of brilliance and potential. On the other hand, the team's championship window means they can't afford to wait indefinitely for Vulpi to find his rhythm. This creates pressure to consider alternatives, whether that means bringing up Lombard sooner or acquiring a shortstop who can provide more stability right now. Jazz Chisholm Jr., a player who has expressed enthusiasm about Lombard, seems to believe that Lombard could be the next great shortstop for the Yankees. Chisholm's endorsement adds weight to the argument that the organization should be looking toward the future and preparing for a transition at the position. Still, the reality is that Lombard may need another year or two to fully develop, which means the Yankees might have to find a bridge option to fill the gap if Vulpi's performance doesn't improve. Meanwhile, the Yankees must manage the ongoing expectations of fans and the media who are eager to see progress and results. The pressure on Vulpi is immense, and it remains to be seen if he can adjust and elevate his game to meet the demands of playing for one of the most storied franchises in baseball history. As this story unfolds, it's clear that the Yankees' shortstop situation is a microcosm of the challenges teams face balancing player development, immediate success, and long-term planning. The next steps the Yankees take will be critical in shaping their chances to compete at the highest level and maintain their competitive edge. The pressure on Anthony Vulpi isn't just coming from the fans or the front office, it's coming from within the team as well. When a manager like Aaron Boone, who is generally known for his player-first approach and calm demeanor, starts showing signs of frustration, it signals just how tough the situation has become. Boone's reaction after that misplayed ground ball against Pete Alonso wasn't just about one error, it reflected the mounting concerns about Vulpi's overall defensive reliability this season. Shortstop is a position that demands consistency, quick reactions, and a high baseball IQ. When those fundamentals begin to slip, it creates ripple effects throughout the infield and puts extra pressure on pitchers and teammates. It's important to remember that Vulpi's journey to the major leagues has been impressive. He burst onto the scene with high expectations, praised for his athleticism, defense, and the ability to hit for power. But transitioning from prospect to everyday major leaguer is never simple, especially when the spotlight is as bright as it is in New York. The Yankees are one of the most scrutinized teams in all of sports, and every misstep is amplified. This kind of pressure can wear down even the most talented players. One of the key factors in Vulpi's struggle has been his inconsistent offensive approach. In his rookie year, the focus was on showcasing his power, which earned him recognition and excitement around the league. However, the lack of consistent contact led to adjustments in his second year, where he tried to become more of a singles hitter by flattening his bat path. Unfortunately, that took away some of his slugging potential, leaving him stuck in between styles. This season, he has experimented with various stances and swing mechanics, trying to find a balance that will produce better results. But so far, none of these changes have translated into sustained success. The dilemma for Vulpi and the Yankees is that constant tweaking rarely leads to confidence at the plate. Baseball players thrive on routine and repetition, and changing approach mid-season can disrupt timing and focus. Vulpi's struggles with maintaining a consistent approach have resulted in lower hard-hit ball rates and a below-average OPS, making it difficult for him to contribute offensively in the way the team needs. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. The Bronx is once again alive with whispers and speculation. Word on the street is that controversial right-hander Trevor BAUER may finally be heading to the Bronx. While there's been no official confirmation from the front office, insiders suggest that a deal between BAUER and the New York Yankees might be in the final stages, or perhaps even already signed behind closed doors. This wouldn't be the first time BAUER's name has swirled through the Yankees rumor mill, but this time, the chatter feels more grounded. After a stint away from Major League Baseball due to off-field issues, BAUER has been steadily rebuilding his image and performance overseas. Reports from scouts who've tracked his recent appearances say he's throwing with the same fire, and the control that once earned him a Cy Young award. Now, with the Yankees struggling to maintain consistency at the back end of their rotation, the idea of adding a veteran with BAUER's upside suddenly seems more than plausible. The Yankees have long been known to make bold, sometimes polarizing moves in pursuit of a championship. And in a season where the AL East remains tight and October ambitions are sky high, a signing like BAUER's could be seen as the kind of high-risk, high-reward bet Brian Cashman isn't afraid to take. While some fans would welcome the move, purely from a baseball standpoint, others remain divided over BAUER's return to MLB, making the possibility of his arrival in New York even more of a lightning rod. Still, several sources close to the situation claim the deal is done, with details being finalized quietly. Social media has already exploded with reactions ranging from excitement to skepticism. The phrase BAUER to the Bronx has trended multiple times this week alone. Whether this is smoke without fire or the beginning of a major pitching shakeup, one thing is certain. The rumor mill isn't slowing down anytime soon. Stay tuned, because if Trevor BAUER really is set to wear pinstripes, the Bronx is about to get even louder. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.